HYBE's silence has further fueled the anger of fans worldwide after the issue of the Taekook Paris connection dominated various social media platforms. A big question now lingers. Is it true that Jungkook was secretly in Paris to be with Taehyung? Or is all of this merely an illusion deliberately left to grow without any attempt to clarify? Why has the agency chosen to remain silent while waves of speculation continue to shake BTS's global fandom? It all began with a series of vague clues that surfaced almost simultaneously on Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram. Taehyung, who had already been confirmed to be in Paris attending exclusive fashion events, seemed to be enjoying the city's atmosphere through various artistic posts on his personal account. However, what shocked the public was the appearance of a man in a hat and mask in several blurry photos circulating on social media. Many fans speculated that the physical features and accessories worn by the figure strongly resembled Jungkook. Was this mere coincidence, or evidence that the two were indeed together in the fashion capital of the world? Jungkook's silence on social media has also fueled this speculation. Normally quite active in sharing daily moments or greeting fans through short comments, Jungkook suddenly disappeared precisely when Taehyung was in Paris. The absence of Jungkook's online activity has sparked major suspicion. Was this a deliberate attempt to conceal his whereabouts, or simply a coincidence, now overanalyzed by millions of fans longing for their interaction? In addition, a viral video lasting only a few seconds showed the silhouettes of two men walking briskly toward a luxury hotel in the Champs-Élysées area. Although the footage quality was poor, many ARMYs insisted that the body gestures and walking style of one of the figures in the video were identical to Jungkook's. The video was even deeply analyzed by fans who compared it to other clips of Jungkook walking at airports. If it truly was him, the next question would be, what was Jungkook doing in Paris secretly, and why has the agency not provided any explanation? Adding to the confusion was an ambiguous caption Taehyung wrote on one of the photos on his Instagram account. The photo showed 2 cups of coffee on a table, with an empty chair across from his. The caption, "Timing is everything," became the subject of speculation about whether this was a hint toward someone with him who chose not to appear in public. Was the empty chair merely an artistic coincidence, or was there a hidden message only understood by longtime fans familiar with their journey? This wave of speculation has divided ARMY into 2 major camps. Some firmly believe that there was a secret meeting in Paris between Taehyung and Jungkook. They consider this as clear proof of their bond that remains strong even though both are now busy with their respective solo careers. However, others remain skeptical, viewing all of this as a narrative built from fragmented, unverified information. They caution other fans not to get too swept up in the tide of rumors that may have been deliberately stirred to attract public attention. Amid the rising tension, HYBE has chosen to stay silent. This decision is seen as disappointing by many fans, who feel the agency should have provided at least a brief clarification to quell the increasingly wild speculation. Why haven't they issued any statement? Is this a deliberate silence strategy to keep the issue viral and maintain their artists' relevance on the global stage? Or is there a deeper reason, such as respecting the private space of the 2 artists who may indeed want to stay away from the spotlight? It is important to note that most of the circulating information originates from social media and lacks any verified authenticity. Thus, we need to ask, is it reasonable for us to immediately believe this narrative simply because of blurry photos and silhouette videos? Or are we actually being manipulated by social media algorithms that deliberately trigger users' emotional engagement to keep them talking about the same issue? Have you ever paused for a moment to question the motives behind the spread of this information? Who benefits the most when a rumor like this explodes across platforms? Is this merely media playing their usual game of dramatizing every celebrity move, or is there really something happening behind the scenes that's intentionally not being shared with the public? In today's digital era, we are often trapped in a swirl of information that mixes facts, opinions, and fabrications. Can we still distinguish among the 3? Or are we choosing to believe the narrative that most satisfies our desires as fans? Are we capable of being critical of all the evidence circulating, or do we prefer to be part of the massive current that accepts whatever social media presents? We must also consider the impact of such rumors on the artists at the center of attention. If Jungkook and Taehyung merely wanted to enjoy private time without public interference, Is it fair for us to keep prying and demanding the truth? Or is their silence, in fact, the most elegant way to show that their private lives are not public property? As of now, there has been no clear confirmation or denial. All existing information remains fan interpretations based on fragments of photos, videos, and limited social media activity. In this situation, should we patiently wait for more concrete facts, or continue digging and debating every small detail that may have nothing to do with reality? In the end, it all comes back to you as the reader. Do you believe HYBE is deliberately staying silent because they're hiding something, or do you see this as a strategy to maintain calm amid wild speculation? Are you convinced that a meeting between Taeyoung and Jungkook in Paris really happened? Or is this merely a collective illusion born from fans longing for their interaction? And most importantly, are we, the public, wise enough to approach such rumors with healthy skepticism? Or are we still allowing ourselves to be swept up in sensationalism? The Taekook Paris connection phenomenon isn't just about two global stars and their agency. It's also about us as news consumers. Amid the relentless flow of information, we must ask ourselves, are we seeking the truth, or simply quenching our endless thirst for drama? If we examine further, the Taekook Paris connection phenomenon seems to mirror how quickly information can turn into collective belief, even when the truth remains vague. Have you ever paused to ask, did all of this really happen? Or are we merely being served a story deliberately woven to create sensation? Are we, as readers and fans, critical enough in handling every fragment of circulating information? Or are we instead being manipulated by an uncontrollable media stream? When blurry photos, silhouette videos, and ambiguous posts are combined, they may appear to form a pattern leading us to believe that Jungkook and Taeyoung were in Paris together. But don't you think there's a chance that all this evidence is merely the result of our own observational bias? What if we're simply seeing what we want to see, not what's actually there? Isn't it time we asked, who benefits if rumors like this continue spinning on social media? In an increasingly fast and aggressive digital landscape, nothing is more valuable than public attention. Every click, comment, and reaction we give becomes fuel for algorithms to spread the issue to an even wider audience. Are we aware enough that there may be parties deliberately letting this rumor grow to keep their artists' names relevant? Or is this purely an organic phenomenon born of fans' immense love? We must also remember that the information currently being discussed comes from platforms like TikTok, Twitter, and YouTube. Can we truly trust these sources without deep verification? How often have we discovered that viral videos or photos turned out to be edited, taken at different times, or even shot in locations entirely unrelated to the constructed narrative? Are we capable of separating fact from perception amid the torrent of information flooding our timelines? It's entirely possible that the whole Taekook Paris connection narrative is just a real-world example of how fandom can become a powerful storytelling machine. When millions analyze every move of their favorite artists, can we still avoid the trap of confirmation bias? The more we search for proof, the higher the chance of finding patterns that never actually existed.